What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I saw this story last night and it's been circulating around social media and the news outlets and things like that. So uh, former Miss USA pageant winner Cheslie Kryst has passed away. They say that she self-deleted in New York City from a high-rise where she lived. This is a really sad story. I saw this last night and I'm like, wow, like she's really beautiful. And, she was an attorney and she was also a host on Extra. Um, and, you guys know me. You guys know that, every time I post my motivational videos, I always want you guys to take care of your mental health. I mean, to me, mental health is so important. I'm a big believer in taking care of yourself. If you've got to fall off the face of the earth just to get your mental health right, do it. Because that is so super important. You've definitely got to take time to really get your mind right, especially if you are stressed, if you're going through something. There are millions of people who are going through a lot of mental health issues that no one knows about, that they don't talk about. They don't seek help. We don't know if she was, seeking help before this happened to her. But I'm looking at the New York Post right now, and this has been circulating all over the place. So apparently she was 30 years old, no children from where we can gather. She was not married or anything like that. Again, she was a 2019 pageant winner. She was a lawyer. She This was at her building in New York City around 7:15. She was found on the street below her apartment building. Her family put out a statement. Her great light was one that inspired others around the world. With her beauty and strength, she cared, she loved, she laughed, and she shined. Um, she, I mean, you go into her Instagram, um, and you see tons of pictures of her, of course, and she looks like the typical person who's got everything going for herself. Like I said, like she's gorgeous. She was a pageant winner. She was an attorney. Like, she had everything that a lot of people want. Um, Unfortunately, we don't know what she was going through behind the scenes, and pictures can be deceiving. It's stated that she did leave a note behind. Um, there is no, there is no. Um, Apparently, she didn't state why she did it. She just, wrote a note, and in the note, she left everything to her mother. So this was definitely premeditated, and the fact that she was found at 7:15 in the morning, um, it was something that she obviously thought out. Her very last Instagram post was a picture of her, and it stated, "May this day bring you rest and peace." Now, of course, you can't really, um, that could just be any caption, but it now that we know what happened after she posted that, and that was posted probably a few hours, um, it, I believe it was a few hours before she took her own life, that she posted that with that caption. And I was kind of scrolling through the comments and things, and looking at her pictures, and everyone had nothing but positive things to say about her. They were practically saying a lot of the same things, how she would step into the room and be everyone's light, and she would always laugh and smile and bring joy to everyone, and she was just so full of life, and she was just so happy, and you know and those are the type of things that can mask a lot of pain. We don't know what she was going through. She obviously felt incomplete in some way. She was struggling with something because she obviously felt the need to do this to herself despite everything that she had going for her. And I mean, she recently just did something with Express, and she posted that probably about 2 weeks ago or something. And you know, she's working out, and you would think that everything is fine. And that's exactly why you can't compare your life to everyone else's, right? Like, there's this whole thing, this wave now where social media is the it place, and you know, you're scrolling through and you see these men and women who are, you know, rich or got fast cars or, you know, big houses and all this money and always partying and always smiling and going out and looking like they're living the life. But meanwhile, that's all of what we see. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We don't know how happy they really are. You don't know what it took for them to get there. So you cannot sit here and want the life of another or compare your life to another, because we don't know what people are going through. We really, really don't. And unfortunately, she was going through something serious to where, you know, she felt like this was her only way out, you know. And it's heartbreaking because, you know, you see someone who's full of life and you see everyone stating how much of a light she was in everyone's life, and it makes you wonder, why would she want to do this to herself? Why if there's someone who, you know, she clearly, I mean, she's an attorney, she lives in a nice high-rise New York City apartment, you know, she was a beauty pageant, she's gorgeous, she's, you know, she's doing all these things. What could she possibly be so unhappy about? We don't know. There is no more than what I am reading here in the New York Post. You know, a lot of people who have met her, who are crossed paths with her, are very devastated. They're shocked. They don't understand what's going on. I was listening to a video earlier where she was talking about how she deals with stress, and there was a panel that she was on, or something that she was talking on. I think it was back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me, but she discussed in an interview how she dealt with pain, with stress. And she talked about how she talks to a counselor, you know, different tips on what she does to kind of diffuse her stress and things like that. So, you know, that was in 2020. We don't know what she was going through, or we don't even know. Who knows? Maybe she kept things from her own counselor or therapist, or maybe she was all right and she relapsed. We really don't know. But I tell you guys this all the time. Your mental health has to be your top priority. Never feel like no one would ever understand. Never feel like there isn't help out there. You know, there are tons of crisis hotlines that you can call for mental health and you know, mental health crisis, and you know, suicide prevention things. And you know, it's really sad to hear when people do this, because that's not the only way out. And I know that some people may feel like, oh, you know, you don't know what people are going through. You really don't. But that's why there's help out there. For you to talk to someone, for you to get help, for you to, you know, for someone on the outside to come in and really kind of step in to kind of get you back on the right track and help you. And, you know, it's really, really sad. And there are people who you can talk to. This doesn't have to be the end result. This is not, I don't care how bad. I mean, and I've gone through some things in my life, and I have seen some things in my life, and I have, you know, known of people who go through things that I would never, I just can't. I have way too much to be thankful for, to do something like this to myself. And I mean, again, I don't know what she was going through. Again, it didn't seem like she had any kids or a significant other or anything like that. So it was just her, you know. But it really does make you want, it's almost one of those things where if you look at her Instagram and you know what she's about now and all her pictures and videos and things like that, and she's always laughing and smiling, and you know, it's almost like, it's one of those things where it's just almost like, no, this can't be real. Like somebody had to done something to her, you know, because she seems so happy. But that's just it. A lot of people mask their pain with a smile, and that is the most dangerous thing that you can do. And you know, when you hear cliche things like check on your strong friends and things like that, really check on your strong friends, because the strongest people still do go through things. And just because you see people with a smile on their face when they're always happy and they seem like they're never stressed, you don't know what they're going through. When you say to somebody, hey, how you doing? It's almost like, do you really want to know how I'm doing? Or is that just a cliche that you say and you just keep it moving? You know what I mean? Really, if you really are genuinely, you know, friends with someone, or you have a family member and you really want to know how they're doing, take time, talk to them, ask them how they've been, let them know that, you know, they ever need you, call you, you know, you're only a phone call away. You know, I tell you guys all the time, even a hello to someone, or hey, how you doing, or even having small talk with someone you don't even know, that person could very well needed that small talk. That person very well may have needed that, you know, little chit chat while getting some coffee, you know, you may have been the light to their day. That's why it's always so important to be kind to people, to be nice to people, to help people, because you really don't know what people are going through. And you know, I'm sure there are situations like that where people are on their wits' end, and if you come along and you have a bad attitude, you could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, you know. And I know it's hard because we live in a crazy world, but I just want to encourage you guys to really take care of yourself. If you are going through anything, if you are in a dark place, if you are, you know, stressed out, if you have anxiety, if you suffer from depression, if you are having a bad day, if you had a bad breakup, if you got fired from your job, you know, if you're having trouble raising your kids, anything that could bring you any type of stress, fear, anxiety, you know, sadness, anything, talk to somebody. There's always someone out there to help. Never feel that you can't talk to someone. Never feel that there's no way out. There is always a way out, and it's not this. You can talk to someone, you can go to someone, you can see a therapist, a pastor, a friend. You know, there's so much information out there. Do some research, but please take care of your mental health. But as far as we know, this is all that we know from this story. I'm pretty sure that it's going to continue to unfold as they continue to investigate. But yeah, so this is very unfortunate. You know, she was definitely, I mean, she seemed like she truly was a light, you know, but unfortunately, again, we never know what people are going through. Never know. So yeah, Cheslie Kryst, rest in peace, beautiful. Leave your comments down below. Give me your thoughts. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later.